podcasting from Indianapolis,
And this is Conversation with My Sister podcast.
where we're having transparent conversation about everyday life issues
And it is me, your girl Shani with Snapback Sessions.
and free from moments with Free.
And today's topic is
Hey, my sisters. You are listening to Conversation with My Sister podcast, episode 1. Today, we're talking about times when we forget about ourselves. If this is your first time listening, welcome, 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 and thanks for coming. Come back often and feel free to add the podcast to your favorite RSS feed or iTunes. All links are in the show notes. Now, let's get into the show. This is Free, your host today, and I wear many hats. However, the one I'm wearing today is Sister. You have come to the space that will give you just enough motivation to keep you pressing forward. I am so excited to converse with you today. So, I just want to take some time and share with you all that moment when I realized I forgot about me. I'm about to be super transparent in this moment because I feel like this is something at some point we all face. I was burned out, y'all. Headaches, weight gain, fatigue, stress, anxiety, digestive issues, insomnia, you name it, I felt it. Every little bit of it. I didn't understand what was going on, but I knew I could not continue down that path. What I came to realize was that I was eating too much. My plate was full and overflowing, and I was trying to become a member of the Clean Plate Club daily. So let me clarify that the food I'm talking about are those to-do lists and other things that we think we must take care of or the whole world will end. Side note, trust me, the world and everything in it will be just fine. It will continue to spin on its axis. The sun will keep rising and setting. The moon will keep shining at night. And the birds will still wake us up with their songs of praises for another day. On my plate, I had the job, family, school, chores, life circumstances, and all the sides that came with it. It became a vicious cycle of my life. I felt like I was on this giant hamster wheel. I almost said the Energizer Bunny, but that dude just keeps going and going on those AA batteries with no tiredness in sight. And I don't have batteries, so I digress. My hamster wheel. I keep going and going, but unlike the bunny, I was tired, sis. I kept going absolutely nowhere because no matter how much I didn't feel like it was as effective as I would have liked. And for whatever reason, I couldn't stop making that darn thing spin. It wasn't until I started to spin out of control that I had to ask myself, how the heck did I get here in the first place? I had a lot of reflecting to do. The first thing I did realize was that I truly forgot about me while I was taking care of everything and everyone else. And it's really easy to do. It does not take long to be that person for others. In my forgetfulness, I forgot that I had hobbies and interests, all the things I love doing in my spare time. I know you're thinking, what spare time? Who has that? And where can I find it? I am totally with you. My spare time was non existent, which is why those things I love to do were also now in the same category. I forgot to set boundaries so everyone had access to me at all times. I forgot that I was worth taking care of, and I forgot to preserve my temple. Yes, ladies, your body is a temple and it deserves to be treated as such. Every inch of our fearfully and wonderfully made selves. Essentially, and most importantly, I forgot to fill my cup. We can't always look to others to fill us. It is no one else's responsibility to take care of us, truth be told. Empty cups have no place on your table if we want to be productive in our purpose. You can't drink from it and you can't pour from it. So not only do you get nothing, but you will also have nothing to give others. My empty cup left me depleted and longing for something more, something bigger, something refreshing. Okay, this is where it gets good. This is where I share what I had to do to remember me. The first thing I had to do was learn to say no. It was difficult for me at first. However, the more I said no, the easier it got. I said no to anything that did not serve me well. I said no to anything that did not fit into the life I wanted to create for myself. I said no to outings, parties, rides, and so many other things. Saying no allowed me to free up space for me to work on my needs and goals. Now, don't get me wrong, I still had my yes moments, but they were few and far between. Another thing I needed to do was be consistent. Once I made the decision to remember me, I basically needed to stick with it. Inconsistency breeds confusion for not only others, but yourself. It says, hey, look at her. She says she's committed to focusing on herself, but is she really? Being consistent is the key. So the next thing I did was take care of my temple. Ladies, this right here is very important. We must take care of ourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. The whole you. I cannot stress this enough. We can exercise all day and eat healthy. However, if we do not discover the real reason we stopped taking care of ourselves in the first place, all the other stuff is surface. It's like breaking your leg, and instead of going to the hospital, we take an aspirin. It will never heal that way. That is why taking care of the whole you is necessary. Your temple has to be preserved. You are precious cargo, and you deserve to treat yourself as such. I had to dig deep to understand why I treated me the way I did. It was uncomfortable, and it was painful, and it was also freeing. Past trauma that had kept me hidden for years led me to my lust for food. I ate from an emotional place and not to nourish my body. Just one example. I have so many others, but there is not enough time in this moment for that. Now, taking care of your temple doesn't mean you have to spend a lot of money either. It is the little things that make the difference. Taking time out for quiet time or meditation, exercising, clean eating. That one was a struggle for me. I like to eat, and it's not always the best things. Getting enough sleep at night, journaling, and the list could go on and on. Every now and then, I do take a vacation to reset and regroup, and it's so worth it. Lastly, my sisters, do what makes your soul happy. If it does not serve your soul in the way that you know it should, maybe it should not be on your plate. It's your plate at the end of the day, and you are in control of what you allow on it. That's right, I said it, allow. I had to check myself on many occasions when I realized I was doing something out of obligation versus alignment. My soul was not happy with my actions. I had to reassess and eventually readjust. We get to a place where we can actually feel that something is off, and we can't ignore this feeling. It is divine intervention alerting us to make sure we are on the right path. This journey to remember you will not be easy, but trusting the process will make it rewarding. Remember, making you a priority is not selfish. It is the most loving thing you can do for yourself and others. When you are filled with self-love, joy, peace, and health, your overflow will spill onto those around you. What a way to remember you. Thanks for listening to the Conversation with My Sister podcast.
With me, your girl, Shannon.
And Free.
If you like our show and want to know more, check us out at
conversationwithmysister.buzzsprout.com
every other Wednesday at 9 a.m.
Until next time.